Okay. All right, y'all sit down. We got 50,000 things to go over. Woo! I done about figured this thing out. I about figured out what we need to do right here. Oh my gosh. How y'all doing? Last week I went over so much, so I'm going to try to get through this thing fast. We got a lot to cover and I got a little bit of time. We've got a crowd of people here. Thank y'all for coming out. We got a lot of stuff to cover. How's it been so far? I saw your pictures. You check out the mail house, contracting, everything. Everybody's fired up. Everything, mail going out like that right there. Machines going around like that right there. We got leaves going all over the place. Woo! We need some help up in here. Okay. I see we got Deb, Dana, and Denise right on the front row. Can I get y'all to stand up? Woo! Come up here and turn around. Turn around, turn around. Is Darwin Herm on the line? Do we have Darwin Herm on the line? Darwin, you on here, buddy?
Yes, indeed.
All right, crank him up. Last time I heard we couldn't hear the speakers. Crank him up so we can hear him if that's possible. Okay, we bringing him in, Darwin. I don't know if you're trying to watch this and listen at the same time. Is Trinity in here? Did you make up here? Trinity, have you sold some yet? Not yet. You got your license last night. Come up here then. You authorized to sale then. Woo-hoo! All right, stand right there. Right there. How about Kenyatta? Is it Kenyatta? No Kenyatta? Am I saying it that bad? Am I saying it right? He gone. No. How about Montoya? Are you in here? Montoya, come on up here, buddy. Woo-hoo! Woo! That's what I'm talking about. How you doing, girl? You killing it? You fired up? Everything good?
Good.
You still rocking the house?
Yeah.
I hear you, buddy. How about James Coleman? Is he in the house? James Coleman, come up here. All right. Woo-wee! Montoya, tell them who you are. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
My name is Montoya. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, Queen City.
That's right.
I came to NAA by way of just researching. I was looking for something different. Actually, I contacted the corporation. I was online and researching, contacted the corporation, got Andy Lee. And
there you go, right there.
And he and I started talking. I was already licensed at the time. And he and I he kind of told me a little bit about it. I'm like, really? I'm ready to roll. That's right. Next day, I think the same day I contracted. The next day I was contracted with the carriers. And then within that week or whatever, I was writing business. Nice. I did my first week issue pay was around about $2,500.
Yeah. So when you go to convention, you just went to our leadership convention, didn't you? Was that the first weekend
and
you was
know
with
what?
us?
That's true, because it was actually the second week. So the first week that I contracted, convention was that Friday. So I actually came to convention, and then that second week I was writing business.
That's right. Uh-huh. Right. And so you went to convention. How many people have you signed up? You got any idea how many people you got in class or agents, stuff like that? 2
people in class right now. Probably have about 6. Let me see. How many agents do I have under me? I don't even know.
It's a bunch, 6 or 7. They come on board.
It's about 6 or 7, and then they've recruited about 3 or 4.
Uh-huh. All right. There you go. And when would you first get in checks put in your checking account? Was it 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Do you remember how much you got put in there the second week?
The second week it was probably about that $2,500. The first week it was about $700.
So the first week you were with us, you had $700 put in your checking account.
Yes.
And the second week,
about $2,500.
$2,500. So when you said issue paid $2,500, that's how much you got commission.
Right.
So you really issue paid
more,
like $5,000 or $6,000.
$6,000.
Second week.
That is correct.
So she had $2,500 deposited in her checking account. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when people say things like, "Oh, this is business, it takes time," well, for some it do. Right. Yeah. For some it don't.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it don't take, and sometimes it do. So today we're going to talk about what the DM do. Not what the DM don't. We're going to talk about the DM do. When they're going to get $2,500 put in their checking account the second week, that's what I'm talking about do. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to get crazy. You gonna keep hiring?
Yes.
James Coleman, you hiring? You firing? I mean, you firing on all cylinders?
Firing on all cylinders.
You selling something? Give him the mic over here. I hear good things about you, man.
I'm definitely selling something.
Well, man, you know what? I went and had a man up in here from the Target stores killing this thing named Rich, and I just want to see where you from and see what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yep, I'm from Atlanta, hired by the crime dog over there.
McGriff, right there.
Good old McGriff. Yep. And my background is retail.
I heard it was Target.
No, it wasn't Target. I did good old Best Buy.
Best Buy, that's what I'm talking about. Best Buy.
I did Best Buy.
What's what I'm talking about? We got the Target man, the Target man, and we got the Best Buy man.
Yep, I did.
And I ain't trying to get nothing started, but I'm just saying. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Well, I might be. Are you killing it, man? Are you selling? Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, last month I did 16.5.
Woo! $16,500 in premium?
Yes,
Did you say month or week?
that was the month.
That was a month. 16,500.
And the last.
How long have you been with us?
I started writing in April.
You just started in April. So you've been here a few months now.
Got 2 promotions already too.
2 promotions already.
High five, yes, absolutely. And in the last 10 days, I did $12,080.
What'd you serious business? What'd you do with? How long were you at Best Buy? And what'd you do with them? What was your?
I was
career?
with Best Buy for 13 years. I was a district sales manager in Manhattan. I had 7 stores. I was responsible for $470 million in revenue.
That's what I'm talking about right there. How? Let me ask you something. How'd you like to be responsible for it and have all that?
Yeah. Woo-hoo, baby! That's what I'm talking about.
How about just 10% spread on that?
Woo, I take that too.
Spread. What'd that give you? $470 million spread on that. Give you about $40 million coming up in the house.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Well, I hear good things about you, man.
All right.
Good. All right, Darwin, you hear that? Darwin, you heard?
I heard all that.
All right, well.
That's crazy.
I want to tell y'all something. Y'all slide back this way just a little bit. I want to tell y'all something. I've been promising Foresters was going to come out with something. I said they will not be outdone for very long. They will come back strong and come out with something cool. So I think we got something pretty good to announce. So, Darwin, now y'all got to understand, we've been doing this on the run. This ain't going to be no colored brochure I'm getting ready to pop up, okay? I ain't kidding you. I was just now doing the calculations and the numbers and everything, and I think I got enough that we can roll it out. Because here's the thing. We want to run it September, October, November, December, so a 4-month run. Darwin, do you want to share with them a little bit, or you want to, how you want to tell them?
I want you to tell it because I think maybe I need to learn because the brochure hasn't been printed.
Well, I'll just make it up then. I got the ideas and y'all got the money.
We were traveling earlier this month and we were in Providence and St. Louis.
Okay, so here's what I have. We are, right now, we believe, okay, see that's the qualifying, that's the first thing, Steph, is to believe, right?
Yeah.
We believe that we can invite a few couples, only a few. Well, it's kind of a lot, but depends on how you define a lot, okay? There's these little cruises that go out of Miami. This is not our Barcelona cruise that we're gonna try to win next year, okay? It ain't the Greece Island. This is a short 4-month deal on top of. See, right now, if you work hard, you can win all expense paid trip to Banff, Canada. And I believe anybody that starts today, I believe James Coleman, Montoya, I think you can win this trip. You can take your husband up to Banff, Canada. That is an incredible trip at a 5-star hotel. It's unbelievable, beautiful, and there's even an extension that I believe you could win to Lake Louise. So this contest is in addition to that. So in other words, everything you sell, this is a new contest for 4 months, but everything you sell double counts, so it goes to Banff.
Wow.
Is this making sense? So you understand where it's coming at. We're not doubling it, having the same kind of trip. This is a fun trip. We're looking at one of the big Norwegian ships that Katie is talking to them this morning, and they're getting quotes together. But here's what we think we can do. We can do a cruise where we fly you down on a Friday, head out, do a big party on the way out, and eventually we're going to stop at Norwegian's private island, have a cookout and a party there, and then the next day we're going to go over to Atlantis in the Bahamas, have a party over there, and then the next day bring it on back home.
All right, I like that. I like that.
So it's a short little fun cruise. We think that Forrester's budget can stand up to, got my numbers up in here, we think that they can stand up to 35 couples getting in on this little cruise deal. Okay?
Wow.
So we've got a goal, and they've given me a goal of percentages of stuff that we've got to hit. Everything that we've got going in, previous production, everything. They said if by the end of the year you can get this number, we can do 35. Now I've looked at it. The first level is 15 couples. If we hit 84%, okay. So I'm just telling you what you're going to see is a thermometer, and we're going to try. Right now we're past that. I'm going like, okay, if we get that, there's 15 couples. The next one is 87.5% of the goal. We win 20 couples get to go on the cruise. We're on track to win 20. You understand what I'm saying? And Preston's working on the thermometer. He's going to tell you. So every app that goes to Forrester's matters. Okay? At 90%, it goes up to 25 couples. At 95%, 30 couples. And 100%, 35 couples. Does that make sense? So as much everybody puts premium in, it goes up. So it's everybody matters. Now here's the way we make it happy for everybody. Every $2,500 of production that you write, you get one lottery ticket in a month. So this month, starting tomorrow, $2,500 gets you a lottery ticket to win a cruise.
That's right.
Okay? The first level right now would be 5 opportunities. Let's see, I might can draw this out real quick. I ain't gonna try to draw it out. First level is 5 couples, 5 lottery tickets. As we move up, where I said we're already projected to win 20 couples, there'll be 7 lottery tickets. It goes up to 8, 10, and as many as 11 lottery tickets. Wow. So at 100%, there will be 11 lottery tickets for a cruise. Just making sense? So we will draw this at Christmas. Okay, so the week of Christmas, we're going to draw out and 11 people win a cruise based on just pure lottery. You say, if I just wrote 2,500, I could win a cruise. That's exactly right with Forrester's. Okay? Wow. Now, there is going to be another contest, because I know we got a lot of new people out there, that starts, that if you got in the business with the Alliance in January of last year, going forward, you in this contest. I'll go ahead and tell you the maximum there will be 8 couples can win. Okay, so listen to this. You're only competing with people that have been in the last 18 months. So people that started in January of last year, going forward, they're in this competition. And the competition works like this. We take your production the last 2 months, so which will be July and August, and we said this is your average production per month. Okay? So whatever you do in September's coming up. So whatever you do in September, every dollar above your average counts as points to your contest.
Wow, that's
Does that
pretty
make
cool.
sense? She said, well, I just got my license yesterday. So every dollar you write counts toward your winning. Somebody else, if Montoya wrote 10,000 last month, she don't get any points till it's above 10,000. So it's all about increasing what you previously did with Forrester's. Y'all tracking on this? Darwin's this making sense, bro?
Perfect sense. It's kind of reflecting what we were talking about recently.
Okay, I hope it's close to what we said anyway.
No, it's close. Like grenades, you said that on the call last week.
What'd you say?
I said just like hand grenades. You mentioned that in the call last
Just like
week.
hand grenades
and horseshoes.
Okay,
close.
Here's the other way, Trinity, you can get points. You hire a new person, every dollar they count goes toward your contest and you winning. So new people that you hired this month and they've not written any Forrester's, Montoya, every dollar they write goes toward you winning this contest. So it only applies, your downline only applies to people that hadn't written Forrester's before. You say, well, what if they've already written and then they write more? Well, that's good. They might win, but it don't count toward you. It's brand new people that hadn't written with Forrester. So everybody now, you want everybody downline writing Forrester's. If they wrote 0, every dollar counts toward your production going up. Is this making sense?
Yes. Woo-hoo.
So after 2 months, we will reset and we will do the same description. In other words, kill it, we'll reset it, we'll get the averages, and you have to increase it in November and December. So September, October, how much you increased. November, December, how much you increased. Hello, is this making sense? So there's up to 8 slots there. If everybody's right in business, we earn 8. Veteran agents, agents that have been with us prior to that, we got a bigger pool for you. It's right up to 8 slots that you can win. Same description. Average production, increase goes toward points toward the cruise. But very simple. You know what you've been doing with foresters. Increase your production. Those points goes into your contest. And we will pick the top 12. We'll say, here's the top 12 that increased. For agency managers, what we do a lot of times is we tell agency managers, we're all getting override, we're builders, that's where we get our benefit. So sometimes we don't do anything at all. This time, there are up to 4 slots for agency managers. Your description is, what did your agency do for foresters in August, July and August? What's your average? How much did you increase in October and November? Reset, how much did you increase in November and December? Does this make sense? So up to 40 cruises on the Norwegian Cruise Lines, we would go to their private island and the Atlantis probably sometime in April or May, and we will have that nailed down by the end of the year and hope you can make it. Okay, what y'all think about that?
Woo! Yeah! Woo!
So,
Yes.
Darwin, what you got anything addressed to tell these people about that?
Yeah, well, first of all, Andy, I had a hard time hearing last week, but I could hear a lot of screaming this week, so that's very exciting. It's hard to be looking at the screen and listening on the phone, but I had no doubt that we would come together and do something. We are very close to celebrating our 10th year anniversary. You've been our #1 marketing organization every year. That's going to continue into the future. We're reaching some other milestones, and we're just very excited and thought we needed to do something just a little bit different to recognize that and give some encouragement to all categories of people that want to compete and win. And I think that this is just a great idea that you put together, and we're glad to be a part of it.
Well, here's the deal. Mutual Omaha has been throwing contests at us all year long. They're just non-stop. Can you do this? We'll give you this. We got trips. They got dollar amounts, gift vouchers, and the whole thing. And then CFG comes out. They've been pushing their contest really hard. Now you can win $25 for every 3 apps. So I was like, Foresters is going to come through with something. So I wanted to do something cool. So up to 35 couples going on a cruise. That'll be crazy. We'll have a blast. I promise we'll have a great time. It'll be wild. We'll have all the Foresters executives on there, and they're going to meet with us, and we'll talk about the coming ventures, what we're pulling together. So they got a new CEO, new president and CEO in Tony Garcia, new president Cheryl Neal. Y'all know George Kroom, and Darwin Herm has just been killing it with us for years. So we're proud to roll this out. We're excited to put this together. So those of you that be like, "Hey, can't ride Foresters, I love Foresters," they have a contest. They got a contest. Okay? So now you can blow it up. The last 4 years, pour it out now, or last 4 months. So people, you don't understand this. We're right, I can smell it. We're right there. I was talking to Diane Lampe this morning, and she's like, "I feel it, Andy. It's just crazy. People getting in San Antonio and Houston and Chicago's blowing up and Miami, and Bill Lampe was in Jacksonville." And I'm like, yeah, no. So it's just so many places. Our annuity production is almost double already what our average is, almost double right now with today to come in. So there's no telling how much bigger we're going to be today. So annuity production, referrals, everything is going through the roof. I'm just saying, I hadn't changed underwear now in about 6 weeks. I'm just saying, my fingers are crossed, my toes are, I washed them. Wash them. I got to hurry back, get them back. I'll be in here until you get back. And I don't want anything to change. I want to stay on top of the water spout. You know what I mean? And those of you that are trying to get up on a water spout, we're going to try to reach and pull you and get you up there today. Okay? Get you up on a water spout with us. Okay. All right. details that we got to get into. Details. Where are my details? Where are my details? I got them over here. All right, here's my details. We started giving away money a while back for people that tell us where to give their money to. So here we go. Billy's getting ready to pop those up. We have Jason, Tony, Carey earned a Good Samaritan bonus, and here's what that means. We're going to give $500 to any charity they choose, they're choosing. We got to give money away. Larry Williams, who has just been tearing this thing up, recruiting, building all kinds of things on Michael Owen's team, won $1,000 that he can give to any charity. And Brant and Angel, or Jail as we call her, Swindale, have won $1,000 of their choice to any charity in America. So congratulations. Woo-hoo! Way to go. Okay. All right, we got Darwin on the phone. We know about that contest. The Safe Jill, there's a producer drawing contest. Everybody how many apps was it with CFG before you had a drawing? You got some kind of crazy thing. You got it? All right, it is right there. So for every single Safe Shield, you have a chance to win $1,000. Did I just do that? I just did that. So for every Safe Shield you write, you got a chance to win $1,000. 3 chances. 5 chances to win $700. People say, what do I do? Write business. Who do I place it with? Whoever they qualify. We got to go. We got stuff to do. If they got children, I'm writing with foresters because of that fraternal benefit. You can't stand it. I mean, you've got to write foresters if they got any kind of children standing around, or anybody else's children, or dogs, cats, write foresters. You with me? Top 10 producers. Okay, so that's enough on the CFG. We're talking about foresters today. Okay, Move, they got a shopping spree. We got the BAMP contest going on, where everybody can win a trip to BAMP. And is this crazy? What kind of business is this? Everybody's like, we had a raise. In 3 years, my company's cutting commissions. They ain't got no leads. They ain't got cutting the support. Y'all heard that kind of crap up there at Best Buy?
Oh, yeah.
Best Buy, we'll have the best cut in compensation.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
Bam, just like that. We got people throwing stuff at us. It just don't make any, it's just, I love it. I've been doing this for almost 15 years. I still just wake up and go like, woo! I look around, same house. I'm like, I guess it's real. Boot camp. We have boot camps. I am going to, next month, I'm going to Dallas on the 14th, all day training, Dallas, Texas. If you have anybody, Houston, San Antonio, Oklahoma City, anywhere around there, bring them in. I got people coming up from Vegas, I hear. Then we're flying from Dallas to Tucson, Arizona, where we've got people coming down from Phoenix. We've got people coming out. Where's that other city in Tucson? They got them coming up north, south? Sierra Vista. They driving up from there, and the net, and Endicott's and Tim. It's just crazy. That's going to be a psycho meeting. Bring people in there everywhere in the desert, bringing them up into Tucson. Then from there, I think we're driving up to Phoenix, jumping on a jet, and flying over to Rancho Cucamonga, California. So I understand that Margie Wilson and some other folks are driving down in California and driving down to Rancho Cucamonga, so that meeting's going to be off the chart. Okay, so if you know anybody in the state of California, bring them in. We're going to be in Rancho Cucamonga. And then from there, we're flying out to the great city of Salt Lake. Okay, so Salt Lake City, we're flying there. We're doing it all day. Every day it's going to be like 4 hours of crazy intense training. We get something to eat. We're going to come back and do the opportunity meeting and training. So all 4 of those are massive boot camps that I'm going to be flying out there. Right now I got Eric Belair booked to fly with me the whole way. Paul Roberts is jumping on in Dallas, is continuing on. I don't know how many more cities he's going to. And then Pam Moore is jumping in and flying with us. And it's going to be intense. Okay, so it's not, and there's more people. I can't think of who all is booked in, but there's several other people that jumped in a jet and flying with us. Okay, so that's the big one. Open house here, the September 30th. So September 30th. Right now, it looks like we've got around 65 or 70 here. We've got 140 already booked in for the 30th. And people go like, you about sold out. And remember, it's free. And remember, this place will hold 1,000. Okay? So it might not be as intimate as this group, but we can look for some crazy excitement. So Keep bringing them on in. We're not scared. We're not frightened. We're not afraid. Okay? Bring them in. I ain't scared, ain't afraid. Okay, what else? Instant Thunders. September 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And people say, is an open house like a open house like a Instant Thunder? And I go, no. You see how one says open and this one says Instant Thunder? You understand? That ought to tell you something right there. But it's a day and a half, all night long, all day long. We will cover one of the shows. We're going out to the leadership cabin. We're eating together. We're hanging out all night. It's going to be crazy. And then a half a day. No, it's not the same, but you do get a taste. You do have some idea of the intensity when you come up to the open house. And if you're getting started, or you ain't got the money, you hadn't got the gumption, you can't commit to a day and a half or two full days, come up to an open house. Instant Thunder, 2nd and 4th of September. Ask your manager if you want to attend. There is a small charge for that covers what you're eating. I think it's $125 for 2 full days. Then there's one September 9th, 10th, and 11th. And then there's one September 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Okay, those are Instant Thunders. Captiva, there's a group of us. I don't have a list, but there's a group of couples that we are doing a special trip, people that are showing the plan around the country, that are flying around. I know Gina Hawk's in there. I know Robbie Kraft. I know Bill and Diane Lampy. I know Chris and Courtney Long. It's people that are traveling all around the country doing a lot of these meetings for us and serving the team. We just said thank you, thank you, thank you. Free trip to Captiva down in Florida. That's going to be a great trip. And, let's see. Where's my, okay, you got everything up here. All right, how about pictures from Costa Rica? We got any of those up? Okay. Good deal. So I just had a couple buddies go with me in Captiva. Took my son. Check out this beach picture right there. Is that crazy? I don't know if y'all have ever been to this place. That joker right there earned his pay. We call him Macho Man, and we went horseback. It's the best horseback riding I've ever done in my life, and I've been all over the world horseback riding. I hope to take some more of you back. If some of you like to fish and hang out, this was not a 5-star place like carpet, chandeliers. It was more like 5-star, like as in we were catching fish like that, like a 95-pound sailfish, 850-pound marlin. It was nuts. Horseback riding, just guys hanging out. This was out in the jungle where we stopped on a horseback riding, and there we are again, acting like a bunch of idiots. And it was, look at this, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, trips like that, when I think about how you can live in this business, that's the main thing I want to show you. It's just like, I just call up a couple of buddies. I call up James Hill and call up Chadwick Ray, and I say, hey man, listen, me and my son going fishing, and we're taking Revis and Marshall. I've asked them to do some crazy weekends and stuff. I just asked them if they want to go fishing. Y'all want to just meet us down there? And they was like, how about if we get to Raleigh and we fly with you all the way? I was like, sure. As long as you get there, I'm taking care of all the expenses. And what we didn't know, if y'all don't know this place called Nosara, Nosara. We didn't know this. We knew that you could catch insane fish there. It turns out it's like a chic surfing village, okay? So here's what I mean. Like the place where we stayed, we drove 2.5 hours dirt roads. So you think when you get there, maybe a tent or something? No, it was a house. Had the wire. I mean, it's archaic the way the wire was coming in. We had running water. We had electricity. We were fired up. We had beds. We was fired up. But when we decided to go out and eat, they said, you need to go to this place down Basilica because it's really nice. And he says, as a matter of fact, we got a lot of nice restaurants. And you're looking around, and it's in the jungle. I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
It's in the jungle. Well, we get on a golf cart, and we're going through mud puddles, dirt road. Revis, he's hanging out nowhere looking, trying to look around. We're crying, laughing. I'm not telling you the whole story, just so you know. It's way better than I'm saying, and it's really good like I'm saying. We pull up to this place, dirt floor, wood tables, 5-star service, 5-star food. We were like, unbelievable. Swordfish, calamari. It was nuts. And we were like, is there any other restaurants? So he's like, yeah. There's another one down here called Pepperoni's. We went in that place, tin roof, post, dirt floors. Waitress was right on top of us. 5-star restaurant, unbelievable bar, unbelievable food. The next night, Revis, he goes, we got to go back to Basilica because that jalapeno gravy stuff was so good. He still had it all over his face from 2 days ago. And we went back there again. It was unbelievable again. And I said, Revis, we got to go somewhere else. We went to this place called Luna, and that's where we got those beach pictures. We went in. It was dirt floors, and the waitresses and guys were coming over to us, talking to us, and we saw the ocean, and we just turned, and we walked out there, took a bunch of pictures. We were like, hold the table, the dogs, cats, everything. I mean, it's just crazy. It was like a dream. I mean, because we ain't shaved, well, flip-flops, T-shirts, tennis shoes. I mean, no tennis shoes, flip-flops, shorts, T-shirts, and just 5-star treatment at night. And then fish and ride horseback. So anyway, it's pretty crazy. If you had never heard of that place, it's called Nosara, Nosara. And it's just so many places we need to go, okay? You can live like this, guys. It can't happen for me and not happen for you, I promise you. All right, what I want to talk to you about, okay, I want you guys, tell them who y'all are and how it's easy for me to remember who y'all are. And then they'll remember who you are.
Okay, I am Dana Bassett from Virginia Beach, and we are known as Triple D.
That's right.
So the way Andy can remember us is we had to relate something with our name. So you spell my name D-A-N-A, and I'm known, this is in a good way, y'all, as the nasty one.
That's right, she is. Right there, Dana the nasty.
So that's how Andy remembered me.
All right.
So that's me.
Hi, I'm Deb Williams, or Debbie Williams, and how he remembers me is I'm the best one, D-E-B.
That's Debbie right there, that's Debbie.
Best, B-E.
And I'm Denise King, D-E-N-I-S-E. I'm the nice one.
Yes, she's the nasty, the best, and the nice. I was like, I'll never remember them. But I got them down. So who's going to be a spokesperson? Who's fired up? Tell us what's happening. Y'all hiring, selling? What's going on?
Virginia Beach Hotspot. We are Virginia Beach deep. So Virginia Beach Hotspot, we are exploding. People are sending agents there, and we recruiting cold, warm. Our agents are writing is going up. It's unbelievable there. I'm showing the plan. We have people coming in showing the plan. Robbie Kraft, Pam Moore. We have Adam Katz coming there. So many people are just coming to our hotspot. Who was just there recently? Somebody with Robbie. Where is he? So many people with it. Justin was just there with Robbie. We have so many people. Virginia Beach is just blowing up. So the clue is you want to send people to Virginia Beach, okay?
And how much do you appreciate having people come in and help out like that?
We appreciate them so much. I'm not going to tell you what we'll do for you, but you come and you'll see, okay?
That's right.
We take care of you. We're not stingy. We'll make sure you're well taken care of. We have everything ready for you. Just come and see. It's Virginia Beach. Come on. Virginia Beach. It's exciting. We're live there. We have the music going. People coming in. They want to know exactly what we're doing, and we're showing them.
Proud of you. Good
Fantastic.
job. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's what's been created with the Alliance. How many of y'all do not have your license? Up here for home open house and do not have your license yet? No license yet? Okay, all right. How many of you have your license and hadn't sold a policy yet? And I got one right here. Hadn't sold a policy. Okay, and then how many of you are already selling with us, right? Already selling. Okay. You've walked into this world called the Alliance that is a little different. We have leads. These are people that want to buy what we selling. I don't know where you come from, but I used to meet people at a gas station and talk them into buying a box of soap for Amway and talking about the dream. I would knock at your door. You could be in there watching television, drinking you a loser's Kool-Aid, fired up. I'd knock on your door talking about selling you a coupon book for going out to eat, when they're knowing you ain't eating nothing but peanut butter and jelly on a good weekend, but I still see you a coupon book. I don't even know you. And man, talk about I got leads, I went crazy. And then I've always liked the idea of getting a bunch of people. You with me? Mm-hmm. And when he told me I could hire people in Houston and San Fran and Seattle and Chicago and down in Nashville, Tennessee, and then the people they got hired underneath, I got a percentage, I went crazy. Now, a lot of people, they go see if it'll work for them first.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right.
I thought if it'll work for anybody, it'll work for me.
Amen.
I just figured if somebody else could do it, I could do it. And I just went crazy with it and started bringing my friends because I wanted everybody else. First, I wanted to be free. Second of all, I wanted more people to be free. Is that my lead team back there? Y'all come up here, lead team.
Woo-hoo! Give it up for the lead team.
All right, y'all come over here. Get your mind right. Get your mind right, lead team. So, because we're going to need some leads. So I found out about leads. I found out you could hire people. I just started getting crazy with it. What I also wanted to do, I didn't want to be in something with a bunch of selfish, egotistical people. I wanted people that work together and help people. Was that easy? No, because we had people be like, you live close to me, you need to work with me, not work with him. And I said, what is he thinking? But he's being greedy, and so we talked to this guy, and we dealt with this person, we got rid of this person, we had to squeeze this one out, and we worked with this culture, and we done worked this culture until we got it in a frenzy now where people understand that concept of working with each other, okay? So now, if you're not taking advantage of it, you're not taking advantage of the advantage. And if you're not giving and you're not going to other places, you're not helping. You're a taker. And you say, well, are you going to do anything about takers? No, as long as they don't cause a problem. You with me? But I sure wish they would get in with everybody else and see the joy of helping other people. I really wish they would see what that's like. But you can't make people. But if somebody messes with us, that's a different program. Does this make sense? So this culture we've created where people are coming down to Virginia Beach and helping y'all, and y'all are going to other cities, everybody's moving around, this thing is blowing up, okay? So Eric Belair and Bobby Belair is one of the ones that I had to get their mind away from some people that were takers, and I was like, you got to get your mind thinking, go and give. So now he's flying up to New York, he's doing meetings down in Mobile, he's doing them over in Tennessee, and he's jumping on a plane with me going out into Dallas and Rancho and everywhere, and he's really helped our annuities blow up, and IULs blow up, and care ratios blow up, and children, he's just helped in so many different ways, and now he's getting the recruiting down. But here's one thing that blows my mind about Eric that I want to tell you. The team that we rode down there, were you the one that went down to Eric, Terry? So Terry Edwards right here. We flew down there. They pick us up by 3 nice vehicles, Mitch and Shelly Singer, and they jump in and they take us over to this beautiful restaurant, and everything is already set out to eat for us. They already had appetizers and everything set out. As soon as we started eating appetizers, the meal came out, and they wouldn't let us pay for nothing, okay? We flew the private jet in, and they just wouldn't let us do anything, carrying our bags, just doing all kinds of stuff with us. And then they gave us a box of goodies, all kinds of snacks. And when we went back to the hotel room, we were opening them up as a group, and we were just getting snacks out, eating that night after we'd done teaching. And here was a nice, every single one of us opened this up, and a nice handwritten note saying, thank you for your participation, appreciate it. 8 different notes. And every one of us had a $25 gift certificate to the Outback, and every one of us had a nice $5 coupon for coffee out and for McDonald's. I was like, what nice people to think about that. For Bobby and Eric to go through all that much trouble, I just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And I saw it land on my desk last night, and I said, I'm going to grab it and tell more people what they've done, because I want to see, I think Eric and Bobby deserve it. So if y'all see anybody in their group, downline from them, help them, coach them, train them, get them in the car where you ride around. Next thing I want to talk about, if you talk books, I hadn't read many books at all when I graduated from college. I've been saying that I had only read 2 when I graduated college, because I could remember Runaway Ralph and The Last of the Mohicans, which was pretty cool books that I read when I graduated college after 12 years of high school and 4 years. Now, the other day I was thinking that I might have read another No Money Down book, which is a way to get a property and have money coming in without putting any money in it. Mm-hmm. Little did I know, my bet is I skimmed over it like every other book that I had, in college. But this one, I remember getting fired up about it. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, maybe I did read parts of that other book. And of course, I did read parts of lots of books to graduate. But here's a whole book. Look how thin that is. You call this a book. It's called As a Man Thinketh. And this book just talks about what's in your head and the way you think. And if I can work on the way people's mind thinks, and I can get them to think just a little bit differently, I know their life can be unbelievably different. I know it because I've done it, and I've seen others do it. I've seen the way Eric Belair's mind's changed. I've seen the way that Chadwick Ray's mind changed. And all these things, it's a very simple book. If you can get a hold of it, As a Man Thinketh. I'm not going to try to read it to you. I just want to throw that out to you. Okay, all right. Lead team. Y'all hold on right here. Well, first introduce yourself and tell us how long you've been with us and what you do.
I am Cassie Whitaker. I have been with the company a little bit over 2.5 years, and I am part of our leads team as well as everybody else up here. Came from the ABTF. I was in the ABTF for just right under 2.5 years, and been up in the lead team for a few months now, and we are rocking and rolling.
Okay.
My name is Ryan. I've been here a little over 2.5 months, so a little bit shorter of a time than Cassie. I just graduated from Duke University. Go Blue Devils. So
Go where?
Blue Devils.
Oh, I thought you said.
But it's been fun here so far. I've been enjoying myself.
My name is Brianna Wallace. I've been here with NAA for 4 years. Actually, on Friday will be my 4-year anniversary. So for the last 4 years, I've been in the help desk, helping you guys with your technical problems or any site navigation issues you may have. And I'm actually transitioning over to the lead team. I graduated from Piedmont Community College with a degree in early childhood development. So from helping kids to helping you guys. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Y'all hang with me here, because you're going to want gas to the fire. Last Friday I did an activity call. If you hadn't heard it, get your hands on it. I'm going to talk a little bit about it in a minute. But it was the truth. Okay, so if you can get your hands on it about leads, it'd be a good idea. Here's what I want to talk about today, about the DEM do. Most people give up. Most people just living, trying to make a living. Most people trying to get by. And I'm telling you, we are right on the verge, on the goal line, on the 1 yard line, maybe on the 1/2 yard line of getting into the touchdown, of having crazy lives for people. Crazy life. Junior, you know what I'm talking about. I know you got it going on. You're already starting to have a good life. But it's getting ready to get crazy, man. We're right on the verge. It's what I was talking about with Stephen Davies yesterday afternoon. I had about an hour with him and Holly, and I was like, dude, do you feel it? He said, I feel it like I did in 2002 and 2003. Okay, and that's when the company just absolutely exploded out of the gate. We're seeing the app count, the number of recruiting agents, the number of people that are hiring people go through the roof, which means it's expanding like this. It's not like one person moving up. It's like always exciting. One person moving up. Yay! No. When you see a bulge of people, when it's just a mass of people going up, Brian, that's when you get crazy. That's when we start changing lives. That's when we can start talking junk about a lot of different things. It's like when you all get the championship ring. You know, when the managers get the ring, the water boy gets the ring, quarterback, bench, everybody on the bench, everybody wins. When you don't see anybody talking about, I got my National Hockey League ring, talking about I was sitting on the bench, they just show you the ring. Right. You with me?
That's right.
It's the ring. It's moving up. All right, so that's the concept. I see it. I smell it. Now, here's the question. Would you do one more thing? This morning, I was so fired up. I was sending texts, sending emails, talking on the phone, riding down the road, asking Mike to do this, hollering at Amber to get some stuff on the picture board. I'm just like, why would you do one more thing to win? So when the ball is snapped and we're trying to get it in, you're the defensive end, would you just hit them a little bit harder? Would you make one more phone call at night? See, what would you do? That's what I'm trying to figure out, is how to get people to do that one thing, that little bit extra, and not just give up and say, I'm done for the night. I'm not that good. I can't make it. Would you, I hate to say this, would you skip watching television just one night? Would you stop supporting the, what do you call it, Pabst Blue Ribbon, PBR? Would you give up Pabst Blue Ribbon's campaign program for a night? You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I don't know about that. Well, I'm asking you, if you could live the life of your dreams, would you do that?
That's right.
Mac came over here this morning to me while I got 100 things going on, and he said, look here, buddy. Look here. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about there. See, this right here is the new seats. We already have 4 seats on the 50-yard line. This is the new wolf den that they put on the 3rd floor in the suite where the all-you-can-eat and all-you-can-drink, and it's air-conditioned and everything. And so I ordered 4 more of them season tickets.
Wow.
You with me what I'm talking about? He brought them over there, and he just had that whole bag and said, what do you think, Bo? I said, hook me up 4 of them, or I'm gonna show them people. And people say, money don't make you happy, but Wolf Den tickets do. I show my wife, I look at that, baby. I send them pictures to my children. People volunteering to take them from me and everything. People say it's lonely at the top, not in the Wolf Den. It ain't lonely in the Wolf Den. Make me crazy. It's lonely at the top. Yeah, people lonely. No, I'm not. Ride my jet. People always want to ride a jet. I don't care to do that. You've moved up, and no, everybody wants to come with us. I don't know if people come up with this stuff. There's some poor, pitiful church people think like that. There's some poor people, pitiful. I don't understand why people think like that. I didn't think it when I was broke, and now that I got money, I sure don't think it. Like I'm positive.
I know that's right.
You will have the opportunity to back down once you get up if you want to, but you got to give up something to move up. Does this make sense?
That's right. That's right.
I'm fired up about that thing. Oh, God. People paralyzed. They think that somebody else can do it, and they can't. They think that it ain't working. I'm like, you got to do, and you got to do, and you got to do. Here's been my biggest secret, okay? And this is the biggest thing I can put my hands on. I go to seminars. I've been going to seminars, read books, and I get fired up, and I get my calendar out on my phone or my activity book, and I write down what I'm going to do next. And what time I'm going to do it. I don't just put down dials today. I put down 8 o'clock, call this person, or 9 o'clock, start calling resumes, start booking appointments. And I'm all excited, and then I go to bed, I do whatever I'm supposed to do, and when I get up the next day, I do what the calendar says, not what I feel. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
That's
now,
right.
even if I was not excited now, but I was excited when I did it, but I got directions right here. I got to do what somebody says. It might as well be what somebody who cares a lot about me, which will be me.
That's right.
So who cares a lot about you? You. So think about what you going to do to get your life. This is the biggest little secret for me. I was the other day, I was mad. I was looking at my calendar. I was like, because my wife, she likes me to be at home, and she likes to, relax sometimes. I like to go. And so I had all this stuff, and Amber was telling me, and Mac was standing there, and Revis, I was like, who booked my schedule? Somebody's going to get fired. And Amber's like, you did it? I said, well, I ain't firing me. I am not firing me. I got too much stuff to do. I got bills, I got kids, I got stuff, travel, I got friends that are counting on me to support them with tickets and stuff. And concerts and cruises. I'm not fired. I guess I'll have to do it. Book the flight. Okay, let's go. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was hot. I was like, who? I was blaming Missy. Missy's my secretary. She's up in Pittsburgh. And I was like, let's blame Missy. And they're like, we can't blame Missy. You booked your calendar. But you see, then I did it. But the first thing is doing it. The first thing we got coming up is the National Convention coming up January. I'd commit to go while you're emotional. People say, don't make all excited decisions while you're emotional. It's don't make stupid decisions while you're drunk. That's a different decision. You have confused your riddles.
Woo!
Man, talk about, hey, y'all, watch this. That don't scare me as much as, hey, y'all, hold my beer and watch this. That is not the time to make commitments. But when you enrich people in a seminar and people got what you want, and they want to get, and you want to get that, that's the time to make those decisions. Let me give you a couple decisions not to make. Don't text and drink. You with me? Don't email and drink. Don't drink and drive. Don't drive a drone and drive drunk. You understand what I'm saying? There's things you don't do, but when you're in, you understand what I'm saying? I understand all that stuff. And it just make rules ahead of time. Your deal is, and people, I know people do this. They go like, I'm not going to let them talk me into committing to making phone calls or going to convention or anything positive in my life when I go to the seminar. I'm, on the other hand, going, all right, I got to come to seminar, I got to get my mind right, and of all the things they pitch for me to do, I got to pick the best, most profitable things for me to do. That's serious, Junior. That's what I do. I know I'm going to get fired up. I should pick the best things that I need to do with my life and write those things down. Okay? People always ask me, what's your most motivating book? I'll tell you, I can't find any of my motivational books from 20 years ago because we burned them. It's my old check books. I asked Jane this morning, I said, baby, where's my old check books? I want to show people my motivational books. She said, I don't know, but you never kept a balance, no way. I was like, it's not the balance I wanted them to see. I'm not kidding you. It's the pathetic things that I would purchase. The credit card now where I buy stuff and where I spend money compared to where I was writing little bitty tiny checks out before. You understand what I'm telling you? I never balanced it before. I just not had no money. It didn't make no difference. You know what I mean? Never, not any of my life. People say, you teach your kids to balance the checkbook. I didn't balance my checkbook and it's worked out. So that's crazy. I just didn't spend more than I had, which would be bizarre for some of y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not kidding. When I was little, I just didn't. Or even when I got, I just, you know. So checkbooks fired me up. Well, what about the Bible? That teaches you how to get rich. It don't fire me up. It just teaches me how to get rich. You understand what I'm saying? It tells me how to not go to hell. Okay? Understand? That's different. You say you fired up about that? Well, I've done that a long time ago. I'm done. You don't just get the better, you know, I'm done. All right? I got it. You know, like, I ain't worried about dying. But what I'm worried, the motivation of me, I just didn't want to be broke. Now, you might want to get rich. The Bible does tell you how to get rich. And there's Think and Grow Rich tells you how to go rich. Those things, if that's what fires you up, that might be more motivational to you. Being broke motivated me. I hated it. You might like it. You a hater?
Definitely a hater.
I hated it. Like, hated it, brother. Like, you have no idea. Like, we were coming back from Costa Rica. I hit my son. We were riding the road. I said, you ain't seen nothing yet, son. He said, you about ready to get crazy excited again. I said, that's right, son. He's getting ready, in 2 weeks, he's getting ready to go up this little Tilton private high school, motivated his mind, decided to back up and not be a senior this year and get out of high school, but back up and be a junior, so it gives him 2 years of prep school before he goes to college, before he goes crazy and gets the law and everything he's going to do before he comes into business with me, trying to get his mind right. And I'm going like, if he can be that dedicated, why can't I be this dedicated? And if I've got him to do it this far, and Jane, by setting an example, why can't we do it again? Why can't we make another run and make it bigger?
That's right.
You say, you think you can be bigger? Oh my gosh, yeah. How do I get bigger? I got to get you there. That's right. You understand what I'm saying? Is I need you with the kind of decisions I'm having to make. It's difficult. You say, if it's difficult, why do I want to be there? You're going to you're going to like it. You've got 12 season tickets to give away. You've got 12 slots that you can stay at your vacation home. You've got dove season coming. You're trying to buy a Mercedes and you ain't got time to do it. Guy asked me today, Darwin Herm. No, was it Darwin Herm? might have been somebody I was talking to this morning. You got your new Mercedes yet? I was like, I've not had time to get my Mercedes. Does this make sense? I need an S65 or an S55. That Range Rover, whatever I got, I'm like, had it with that thing.
So give it to you.
You go get my Mercedes for me and we'll see. You come rolling up in here on it. You watch. Here's the fun thing. The fun thing is somebody in my staff will probably go find me one now. Does that make sense? Then I'm going to have to take time to do the paperwork. Then I'm going to have to get my wife to sign it. You see the kind of problems I deal with? Does that make sense? And deciding what kind of contest we're going to take next. And then I got to go over there and check it out. So I got to talk my wife into it, right? And then she wants to go to some place called Bora Bora. That's right. And so now I got to figure out when I'm going to take her to Bora Bora. And then the other day I found out Katie said she wanted to take a few friends with her. I was like, oh my God, first she wants just us. Now it's want to take a few friends. You see, how many of you could stand some of these kind of problems?
Oh, I'll take them.
I heard this man talking about one time, and he said, the biggest problem I've had lately is I ordered a jet, and it came, and it was the wrong color. I was like, what? That had to be infuriating. I was like, I can't wait to have that problem. I remember him saying that so vividly. And I was like, that's the kind of problems I want.
That's
and
right. That's right.
I got them too, baby. You would not believe. It's stuff. I was talking to Tim Goad, and I was trying my best not to cuss. I was telling him, I wasn't mad at him, I was mad at something that was going on at the insurance company. I said, bam, bam. He said, what was that? I said, I just texted them and emailed them. Bam, bam. He's like, you listening to me or what? I said, I'm listening to you and texting them. How about that? You understand what I'm telling you? So I'm fired up about it. I'm glad to be here. I know we got a tail number for our jet. We ain't even got a jet yet. I already got the tail number. I got to thinking about it because it's a real select way that you can do the tail number. And so I went ahead and got it. Does that make sense? Like when I got fired up, I bought it. I just pressed the button. Bam, I own the tail number. Now all I got to get is the jet. Yeah, it's got to start with an N in North Carolina, and then you can put 5 numbers. Or you can put 4 numbers in a letter, or you can do 3 numbers in a letter. Does that make sense? That's the only sequence you can do. You can't just put all letters you want. It's got to start with an N. So I got it N724AA. Does that make sense? My wife said, I know what that means. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. NAA. I was like, you got that right, baby.
That's right.
That's what it is. I'm crazy, man. People say, you're crazy. I go, I hated being normal. Let me tell you something. You want nobody ever to say anything bad about you. Never post anything bad about you. Never talk junk to you. Never give you a headache. Just blend in. Be normal, be medium, be average. People like, I'm going to go with Monica. Ain't nothing bad about her on the internet. I said, Monica ain't never done nothing. You know what I'm talking about? If ain't nothing bad, if nobody's talking junk, you ain't made somebody mad, you ain't made somebody glad. That medium stuff, nobody cares about it. Nobody's going to do anything about it. Nobody's going to fight you. But a person, that's why people are like, they ain't never said nothing to me building my business. You ain't never built it hard enough that somebody said you're crazy. Mm-hmm. Your mama ain't never told you burning candles at both ends, you're going to die early. You ain't running hard.
That's right.
You know, I had so many people tell me, that boy's crazy. He thinks he's going to get rich. And eventually, they start saying, he's going to do it too. You watch.
That's right.
It's a little demotivating when they start agreeing with me, to be honest with you. I like it more when they, when they coming against me, because that gives me something to fight for. But everybody's got different stuff. Everybody's motivated different ways. You might need people. He needs somebody rubbing his back and encouraging him. I said, good luck around here. Somebody will whoop you more likely. You got Target man. How you doing down there, Best Buy?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Fired up?
Fired up.
You think you can find some people that when they smell the blood, when they smell the money, when they smell the finish line, they can go after it?
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? You ever had some little league coaches talk about, well, my players, I just can't get my players to drive after the ball. I think it's the parents. You ever heard that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Or if I was the coach of the football team, let me tell you what I would say to them not blocking and jumping offside. Well, guess what? You're the coach now. I'd recruit some good people if I was a coach at NC State. If I was at Duke, we'd have an offensive line. Well, now you're the coach. You with me? Now go find some big boys that can block. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, this is your chance. Did you think you was somebody? Now, I got to tell you, there are people out there that go like, he's not talking to me because I'm a nobody. He has no idea how screwed up I am. You say, you didn't know there's nobody out there thinking that. Mm-hmm, I do. And let me tell you something. You being screwed up, you have problems, has nothing, apparently, to keep you from being a president of the United States of America. I was sitting there thinking, people got problems. People got stress. People got hair problems. People got weight issues. People got too big a mouth. They got a crazy wife they're married to. They got views that are just so insane that they won't be able to build this business. I looked over there in Time magazine, had Donald Trump on the front cover. I said, what kind of excuse people got? My man messing them up. Look at that hair right there. Look at that right there. You talking about that? I ain't never had that bad a hair day. If I did, I'd shave it and it'd be better. Wait. I ain't got nothing. Yeah, I told my wife, I said, I talk about Obama. I reckon I can talk about Trump. Both of them presidents. Both of them live, well, Trump ain't a president yet, but daggum. If his popularity keeps going up, it's just crazy. You vote for him, I ain't telling you. You worry about yourself. What I'm worried about is can you become a DM? Can you do the DM do?
That's right.
Look at this. Look at my man sitting there with an eagle. Matter of fact, Mac, I want an owl or something sitting in my office all the time. We got him a live bald eagle sitting up in his office. And then going through here talking about, I like this. I had this. I didn't read the article, but I just read right here. Married, divorced, lost his company, sued, lost this, lost that. Oh, had a success. Wrote a book called How to Be Successful. I'll be like, failed, how to be successful, got rich. What? Started this company, it went bankrupt, the government took over, talking about they coming after his taxes. Here's what he said about his taxes. He said in there, he said, I'm going to do my taxes when Obama produces his birth certificate. I was like, what kind of a comment is that? You can't say something like that and still be popular. Wow. You can't have crazy thoughts. You can't get in trouble. If you can do that and get as much popularity and fly around like his, why can't you go DM?
That's right.
You know why? Because he gets up and he does and he does and he does. Or he do and he do. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not kidding you. Look at this stuff. Resigns from the board. Divorce from this woman. Divorce from that woman. It's just junk that happens to this man, and he's crazy. How about this one? How about where the heck was that? It's crazy stuff. How about this? ISIS. You know the mean people, right? Listen to this mess. Y'all, the people cutting people up, killing them stuff, and making them jump off buildings and stuff. We're going to have to do something strong. I didn't want to say it, because if I said it, then it wouldn't be a surprise. But if I was going to do something, I'd want it to be a surprise. But if I don't say nothing, y'all think I ain't got no plan. Here's my plan. We just go in there and blast the hell out of them and take over the oil. That's what he said right there. What? Huh? Yeah, he said deal with it.
Deal with it.
Well, the other day, guess what happened to me? I don't know. It better be bad then, because you can't get up and can't do the deal. If you can't do the do in the morning, you understand what I'm saying? What that fool does, he gets excited. I'm going to get me a bald eagle. You know what he does the next day? Gets one. You understand what I'm saying? It's get up and do the do and do it and do it and do it. He's done messed up so many times and messed up so many times. I was up in Chicago the other day, jerk coming to me depressed. Give me that sad face, little lip. I was like, Bo, what's wrong with you? He said, I don't know what's wrong with you. He said, what do you think's wrong with me? I said, you read Think and Grow Rich? He said, I read it one time. I said, y'all read it again. You read Skilled People? He said, one time. I said, you need to do and do and do. You need to do to do. He talking about, I did it one time. I said, you call anybody? Call my best friend. Told me I was stupid. I said, you got to do and do and do. I said, you got a big family? He said, I got one kid. I said, I know why. I'd be depressed too. That don't sound good at all. My man got to get up and do.
That's right. One time.
One child.
One time.
Almighty. People I run into when I'm traveling. Imagine what Trump runs into. People say things to him. He'd be like, "What did you say?" They try to say something crazier than him. He got something crazier. Hey, dude, I tell you, I don't know, man. Bill and Diane Lampy blowing this thing up. Why do you think, Andy? Why do you think they do it? I was thinking. Here's what I was thinking. They're not scared. They're not afraid. They're not frightened to work. They get jacked up, and Bill and Diane talk, and Bill will book all these trips, and then he'll go do it. And he'll come walking in with his cowboy boots, and he'll show the plan. And people will say something to him. I've had people say something to me about Bill, and I go like, yeah, that's good. All right, let's go. What we're going to do next? In other words, I ain't got time for that. I ain't tired of these petty little things that's going on. You with me, Brian? We got to get up. We got to get after this stuff, Alex. We got to just go. So what's the plan? Do you got leads? Do you have a meeting to go to? You going to run into somebody tomorrow? Can you talk to them? How many phone calls can you make? Or do you want to watch television and see what the baseball players and the basketball players are doing? You with me? You see, Andy, I know you like to go to ball games. I tell you what, for 3 years, I didn't even know State had a team. I didn't know if they dissolved it, didn't care. And I remember I was sitting up at Champions Club and I was looking at the dates, and there was a bunch of names. I knew not one of them over the span of period because I went out and did the do. And I still don't go to something if I got something to do that's driving my dreams. It's something that's going to live us a world-class trip around the world. Because you know why? I don't want to go back. Does that make sense? I'll go to half of the games on the 50-yard line and skip the other half if I have to. But I sure know I ain't got to watch no Law and Order in the middle of the night, or I don't have to do something average that's not going to help me. Does that make any sense? Bill and Diane were not scared. Show the plan, travel, make phone calls. People, and some new people have said to me, you know, it's crazy how people just talk junk to you on the phone, and I just laugh. I think you told me that, Montoya. Yeah. What was that? You remember that conversation? Can you tell me? Your first week calling with us.
Yeah, the first week that I was calling, I got a lady, and I was going through the information, telling her that she had filled out, and she said, I don't want nothing you got. I don't want nothing you got. I said, well, ma'am, you sent the form to me.
Did you laugh like it?
I did, I laughed.
Y'all got to get that laugh out.
So, yeah, right. People say anything to you.
Eric Barrel, I heard, man, he said, man, hung up on him, told no, hung up. It was a really true story, this past week. Hung up on him, told him no, hung up on him, told him don't know. And then he said, next time he talked to him, he said, son, here's the deal. You can't compete. This company's got me covered. And Eric said he went to the house, knocked on the door, and he said, sir, you've got to listen to me. You do not know what you're passing up. And the guy said, no. And every time, listen to this. This is news for some of you. Every time he was nice to him, he's like, sir, I'm telling you. So he said he wrote a letter to the guy, no kidding, stuck a note and said, if you ever need anything, I'm telling you, you're missing out. I promise. I'm not trying to be rude. Just you got to understand. He said the guy called him back 2 weeks after he wrote the letter and said that other company's full of crap. And you need to get over here right now. He went and wrote a $2,300 annual check premium, just like that. He's persistent. He goes. Do you understand what I'm telling you? It's that kind of person that just keeps getting up and ain't scared. When I hear stories like that, I mean, yesterday was one of my best days. I mean, I worked all Rika, and she was asking me about the grill. Hey, make sure this video does not go to my people that work at my house. Because I want this new grill. We got this about $8,000-$10,000 grill. I probably shouldn't tell a story.
Tell it.
Too late now.
I'm trying to think of something I can tell besides that. Well, I'll just tell you the part where I said, that thing's not getting hot enough. I asked somebody, I said, get that thing out of here and get me a brand new one. You with me? I'm talking about one of the fire magic things, one of the bad ones. I said, I only had it. She said, how long we had it? I don't know, 5 or 6 years. Get that thing out of here. I got to get a new one. I can't tell you all what's saying because we laughed. I fell out of the chair laughing at my son, talking to my wife. But that's just the kind of thing. She got up and walked away. She laughed because I I said something. I'm gonna tell you what, it's a bad combination when me and my son get together, because I said something and he was giving her he's right, and then it got crazy from there. And out there looking, deer pulling up in the sunflowers out there, and we're looking at it at the binoculars, and I did that for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And Jane was like, I'm going to go straighten up something. And I was like, okay, I'm going to call to Darwin about this trip that we got going on. So I actually got on the phone with Debbie Ben. She's recruiting some guy that is, he is a professional basketball player going to country. He's going to Saudi Arabia 1st of October. Wanted to get started in this. His name is Derek, I think, or Dietrich. I got on the phone with him, talked to him. Darwin called in because I knew we started working on this cruise. You know what I mean? I went in there, checked on Jane. She says, I'm cleaning. I was like, I got it. So I went back. I got back on the phone, started wearing people out, sending texts, sending emails. You understand what I'm telling you? Just wide slam up. I started drawing out what I'm going to do the rest of this week, what I was going to talk about today. I talked about the DM do, and I started just going down a list of things. I said, I just got to get people to understand, make decisions which are excited, and then do it. Somehow I got to get through their head to understand. I wanted to talk about positivity. The positivity is you ain't got time for the negative. There's only so much time, or else you're going to be old before you get rich. That's another thing. You want to do it now when you can enjoy it. If you say, Andy, if you had to start over, I wish I'd have started when I was 22. When I was 18, but nobody told me. The first time I saw anything about getting rich when I was 27 years old, and I didn't see nothing that would get me there until I was 37 years old. And let me tell you something, 3 years later, I was. Now, I had worked hard for 27. And if you're 62 and you ain't never been rich, I hope you can do it in the next 2 years. You with me? Or 3 years. I want you to experience it. And a lot of people hit me, well, I'm 42. Let me tell you what I used to do. And I go, like, that's nice. What else you used to do? I used to do this. I used to do that. I used to work hard. I want to be doing it. Does that make sense? I want to have it. Used to. Okay? Used to be's. Y'all know what used to be is? Only thing I know about a used to be is a used to be can't make no honey. You know what I mean? Y'all don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Used to be's don't make no honey. That's a rule you can write down. You understand what I'm saying? Used to be's not really worth much. We're looking for worker bees. We're looking for do bees. We're looking for somebody going to do it now. Does that make sense? We need those kind of people. So they are not. Here's another thing. They're nice. The Bill and Diane Lampe. What do you mean? This morning I called her early, and she didn't pick up. I said, Diane, I just want to let you know. Beep beep. Never mind. You're dialing. Call me right back. You with me? She's available to talk to her people. She's setting the example. She's out recruiting. When they first said, when we didn't have the A1, 2A, 3A, we didn't have all the lead inventory. We only had A leads, so whatever came in, we sold, and that was over with. There was no A leads within the whole 5-6 hours of Dallas. So what he would do is he'd fly somewhere and sail. He'd be gone for 3 days. And he'd stay in his car. He'd take showers in the gym. He'd get a cheap hotel. He'd stay with some agents that he was recruiting, whatever, to keep the cost at a minimum and drive up the revenue to pay the bills. Because they were hundreds of thousands in credit card debt, but yet he would fly somewhere. And I hear people talking about debt or ain't got no money, and I go, listen, let me tell you something. There ain't no apples up near the trunk of the tree. You got to get out on the limb where there's some risk. Right. You got to take a chance. And if you ain't scared to die, what's the worst they can do? The worst they can do is bankrupt. Worst they can do is give you a bad credit rating. Let me tell you something. You don't need a bad credit. It don't matter about your credit rating if you're going to go write business. You start writing checks for stuff, ain't nobody care what your rating is. Does that make sense? But you got to take a chance. If I told you what some of the people were doing, I'm going to tell you what we're doing. We got some crazy people out there. We got some people out there that they ain't been able to do tax work in years, and they still building a business like crazy. They ain't had license in 2 years, and they still out there driving and selling. You say, you want somebody to do that? No, I want them to do everything exactly by the law. And I want them to stay at a Hilton when they're traveling. And I want them to be doing a Mercedes. But I can't do that no more than Obama can give everybody a Mercedes. No, but I can't do that for you. But I can tell you what winners do is they don't make excuses. You see, there's either excuses or there's rich. You with me?
Gotcha.
And you can't confuse the imposters of dynasty and disaster. Thinking you got a dynasty ain't nothing. And thinking you got disaster ain't nothing. It's what you're doing now. It's the instant. It's right now. It's are you able to make it? I don't want to live on my used to be, and I don't want to live on my disasters, either one. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to live on disaster. I've had major mistakes. I've had major victories. It's what I'm doing now is where I got to live. It's in the moment, if you've ever heard that before. Let me give you in the moment before my time runs out. This email that Cassie wrote to one of our agents. Can I scroll that down, Billy? I'm not sure how that's going to work. That's the bottom of it. So can I scroll up? Okay, either way. Thank you. That's good enough. Her budget was $300. She'd been getting 15 only A leads. Okay? Cassie told her this. She said, I can take that same amount and I can change it to 5A, 15 3A, 15 rework, 16, 8 rework, and 8 rework 2, and 100 TLPs. Now you've got more of a shot of victory. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't have that option with Bill. He didn't have any B, RWs, year-old leads, nothing. Now we've got them for people, and I'm going, do you see the inventories that are out there? So if you would like one of these lead team people to work you up some kind of a formula where you have more shots at winning, it's like having multiple fishing poles. Don't get me wrong. If you have the most wonderful purple lure with a little pink tail, little smiley face, and you throw it there trying to catch a fish, you ain't got but one cast, one chance. But if you've got 10 fishing poles going at one time, you might catch one on an empty hook just because of the sake you got so many hooks in the line, in the water. You understand? It's extremes. You're going to find a fish that's starving. But if you only have one beautiful lure, you're counting on one beautiful person to buy. Now, let me tell you something. If you got one beautiful person, you probably won't get nobody mean to you. You just probably not make no money neither. Okay, well, you call all this, somebody's going to be a jack person. You know what I'm talking about? Like a butt, you know, like they say in the Bible. You're going to get a donkey out of those numbers. Does that make sense? You're going to get some ugly people, but you get some people that are so mad that nobody's ever called them and they're ticked off and they're going to be glad to write you a check. It's called extremes when you do the numbers. That's like when you're making phone calls. If you'll just make one more recruiting call every day, one more everywhere, sneak one in. Mark Marcellus, you see his team blowing up. That's right. Blowing up. You know why? I talked to him. I said, dude, you just got to sneak in some more appointments. He was like, sneak them in like a Snickers bar? I was like, yeah. When ain't nobody looking, baby. He says, man, you got that down right. I said, well, I'm going to tell you what, I sneak a cookie in a minute, baby. We got some of them Girl Scout cookies in the freezer up in the top corner. You get in there, get them things out, boom, nobody knows nothing. And the saying, he said, well, you can't keep that up and not doing nothing. I know, Bo, I sneak it in. You understand? Ain't nobody looking. You know, I've been on boom, then got an extra donut, right? I said, man, you good at that. Sneak in some more appointments, baby. He said, I got it. He called me up and he said, brother, that's brilliant. Ain't nobody looking. I'll go over there and book an appointment. I said, it ain't a commercial? He said, in a commercial, I'll book an appointment. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't. You've been watching television. You got to at least sneak in some appointments. You say you shouldn't even watch TV. You should just book appointments the whole time. You do it the way you want to do it. We do it the way we want to do it. The key is you got to do it. That's right. You understand? You can't let a whole week go by and go like, I made 13 phone calls. No, you're going to have to sneak more than that. If you have to, get up in the middle of the day and do something. Get out of bed in the middle of the day and do something. Now, what's a man doing sleeping in the middle of the day? I don't know. I don't know. Middle of the morning they sleeping. Get up early if you have to. Get up and do the stuff you've got to do before in the middle of the night. Get the laundry out of the way. Whatever you got to get the kids' lunch packed early. See, figure out a way. See, winners figure it out. Y'all tracking with me on this stuff? Return phone calls. They travel. They see the people. Distractions. I was thinking, they got distractions. Diane's had all kinds of stuff going in her life. Here's what she does. She does it anyway. She just says, I've already committed to this. I apologize. I'm sorry. I got to do it. I can't do everything. Something is not going to get done. So what happens that don't get done is the stuff don't matter. There's two things the Alliance is going to do for you, and only two. We're going to give you an opportunity, and we're going to set an example. We're going to continue to have more and more examples of people that are traveling the world. We're going to have more and more opportunities of people that dropped out of college, no education, terrible accent, terrible breath. They started taking a Tic Tac. They read a book. They didn't go to college. They read Think and Grow Rich. They were underweight. They were skinny as a rail, and they said, I'm going to make appointments anyway. They didn't have a hairdo like Donald Trump's. They said, I'm going to make phone calls anyway. I'm just going to go in people's houses. We have people 18 years old, people 70-year-old. We're going to have example out of example. What I need for you is help us create another example. The opportunity that's laid out for you is an opportunity to pay for your kids' college education and not even think about it. Nothing more fun than telling Spencer he can go up there at private school and not worry about it. Nothing more fun than, here's another one. Check this one out. I got this one. And all I ain't got the tickets yet, all I got is a text. But the text to my guy said, these are front row seats, these are on the court seats at NC State, on the basketball court seats, on the wood. I texted my man, I said, I want 4 of the best you can get. And this is a brilliant way to create another $1.1 million a year for the team. I'm excited, I hope we invest it well. He texted back, he said, done, I got you 4 of the best. When they allow me to pick, I'll pick them out for you. Combs knows what he's doing. My boy, he knows how to get the best seats. He'll be like, he'll look at the angle. He's done it before for me, and he'll say, this is 4 I pick. I thought about this 4, but here's why I didn't pick those 4, because this is the angle, and here's where the food is, and here's where the waitress comes down, and I knew you'd have people coming in and out. Is this good? I said, it's a perfect 4. So he said, I'm going to pick 4 as soon as they're available, and he said, we're buying a new gymnasium, practice gym for the team. That's what we're going to do, that 1.1. Do you understand what I'm saying? They didn't even have these places available when I started building this team. Does that make, it's an opportunity for you. How about this? I always wanted to help people. I always wanted to make a difference. I wanted to give money to charities. I got a buddy of mine, he said, man, I'll go to Costa Rica and do charity work. Well, bring it on, bro. You can ride with us. We can come over there and we'll help you build a house or something. We'll dig a well. We'll do something with you, man. But we'll also go out there and catch a marlin. We'll see some of these beautiful sights. We'll see some of these world-class rapids, these whitewater rafting around the country. Y'all want to go do that? Yes. You want to go to the NFL championship? You want to go to NHL championship? What do you want to go to All-Star games? I've been to All-Star games all over the world. Baseball, hockey. I hadn't been to a basketball one game. Anybody want to go to NBA All-Star game? It's just, what do you want to do? That's the opportunity. You say, I just want to give back. I feel like I was born in America. I feel like I got a chance to come to America. By the way, Nito Cobain is going to start speaking for us and doing some incentive things for us. He's a guy that come in here from Jordan and come in here with about $50 in his pocket. Now he's got his private jet. He's the president of High Point University. And I was like, brother, I want you to just come in and tell people. And he's like, Andy, people just got to get their mind made up. I said, I need you to say what I'm saying so more people start to believe me. I want more people to say what Adam Katz is saying, what Stephen Davies is saying, what Chris on, what the Carries are saying. Y'all see how Mike and Noel Leventovich are living? They're traveling the world. Their kids are going to all kinds of swimming seminars. They go to the Olympic trials. They go all over the world, world-class vacations. Alex Fitzgerald taking his kids to Atlantis. He was talking about the other day, his kids think Atlantis is the beach. They've been there more than they've been to the just normal, ordinary beach. It's an opportunity for you. And we got leads. It's not like, and I love these opportunities, say 2 to 5 years to make $100,000. But I tell you, you can see, this is first year, 6-figure income, if you want it and if you want to work. Terry got his license in 2 days. 2 days. Because he wanted it. You say, no, that's because he was desperate. I understand desperation. I need a person desperate and that'll do. The 2 Ds, desperate and do. We got the 3 Ds over here. I need the 2 Ds over here. Desperate and do. So, well, I'm not desperate. I'm doing pretty good. Well, will you do? Are you so excited? Do you want the whole thing? We got open house pictures. Everybody in. Where are they at? Show them to me. Open house pictures. Y'all are having a blast. Look at that crowd up here. All right, going through it. I'm going to tell you, who is that in there? Look at them, having a blast in the travel department. Here's where we want to go. This is a map in the Adventures, Alliance Adventures, that you can tell us different. We tell you where all we've been, and you can put stickers where you want to go. All right, what else we got? Millionaires. Who's next? We got them picked out right there. Oh, we know who that is. Sexiest man in the Alliance right there. There you go. That's right. We got leads. Lead department. Where is that crowd? Oh, that's in the green room. That must be in the media room. I like that. That's right.
Upside down.
They done went crazy.
There we go.
I love it. Gina's here. All right. Is that it? All right. Who's out there wanting to do this thing? Who have we got? Donna, tell us who you are and what's going on. What you going to do? We want to hear it. I want to hear.
Want to hear. I'm Donna Rohde from Jacksonville, North Carolina. And what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to run the beaches of the world with you. And we're going to build a huge team, and we're going to make a difference.
Distractions behind us,
All
to the
done.
side of us, get out of us.
Yep.
Nothing can stop us.
Well, I quit looking at the bug on my windshield, and I see the road now. I look past the bug.
That's a good one.
So-
That's what people see right there.
Yep.
They do.
And then your mind changes, and things explode. We are exploding right now. We're excited.
That's a good one right there. All right, Junior, tell me what's going on. How you doing, buddy? You doing good? Yes. Fired up. Tell me what's happening with you guys.
Just fired up. My name's Junior. I live in Orlando, Florida. This is my girlfriend, Patricia. And things are blowing up. I'm seeing how Andy is living. I'm seeing how Mike and Noel Leventovich are living. And I want that lifestyle so bad. I have worked harder than I've ever worked. And I've been here 4 years. I've probably worked harder in the last 2-3 months than I've worked ever. I'm fired up.
Do you feel worth? Do you feel wore? That's what Mama said. You gonna wear yourself out. You just ain't gonna feel good. Don't you tired? Did you?
I have more energy now than I've ever had, Andy. More energy. I wake up and I'm like, I need to get to work. And if you look at my schedule for tomorrow, there's not one 15-minute block that's not filled up with something. Yep. I don't have time. I'm fired up.
How old are you, Junior?
22.
22 years old. What'd you make last year? How much income?
82,000.
82,000 last year. 22 years old. What can you imagine? You starting to find some good people?
Yes, sir.
Patricia, what's going on, buddy?
Whew.
You fired up?
Yes, I am fired up. I'm excited. I'm going to make more phone calls. Like when I feel I'm done, I'm going to do an extra drive-by. I'm going to book an extra appointment. I'm going to make an extra phone call, not one, but more. But
Patricia,
yes.
talking about, I had this job. Tell me one of your first jobs.
Yeah, I worked, my first job was at a cafeteria in the school, and I was serving ice cream all day. Yeah, just scooping ice cream there all day long.
I mean, it ain't a bad job, but I'd hate it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you might like it. You may be that kind of person, but I'm going to tell you what. I'd be like, P-Lam. You know what I'm talking about? I'd get fired, bro. I just couldn't take it.
Oh, yeah, it was like one day, and I knew it was not for me the first day. I was
Are you
no.
cut out for that kind of work?
No.
We love you. We don't hate you. I just would hate me having to do it.
Right.
Does that make sense? I'm not against nobody. Somebody got to work down to DMV and fill out the paperwork and give us a stamp us. And I was thinking, I went through customs. Man, stamp. He'd be like, "What y'all been doing?" I said, "Fishing." He's like, "Okay." And stamp my thing. I was like, "I'm glad someone got somebody to stamp that thing around." About like that. I'd be pow, 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 pow. Like, I just couldn't take it. Could you? Mm-hmm. It just seems normal to me. I just didn't want that kind of deal. Even when I was a supervisor in textile mill, I walk around that mill. I got bored walking. I just go out the door sometimes, man. Yeah. I come back 30 minutes, like, "Where you been?" I took a break, smoke break. That's what I tell them. I just couldn't take it. I didn't want to be that normal. I wanted to be, if you saw my calendar and where we're going, Vegas and Dallas and Barcelona and Captiva, Florida, and fishing behind my house. I mean, that's the boring stuff I do will blow people's mind. I pulled up last night. Here's the kind of thing I like. Last night, I said, "I know them deer over there." It done got dark. I know they did. That Mac said, "What you gonna do?" I said, "Well, I'll be right back." And I pulled out 308 with a series. I don't know what series infrared it was. It was about $4,000. I said, "I see them now, baby." I was sitting there looking at them with an infrared scope about 400 yards away. Wow. And Mac's like, "Let me see them." I was going to get my son. Check them out, man. That's what I want to do. And people are like, "That's crazy." You just don't know idea. I just didn't want to be typical. I want to be something. And I'm telling you, if you come listen to me recruit, listen to me book appointments, listen to me talk to people, all I do is tell people, you can do it. Check out these leads. All you got to do is call them. You can't be a chicken. You can't be scared. You can't have mites. You got to be do's. You can't talk no junk, and speak up. Tell me your name. What's your first name? What's your last name? And what you gonna do? That's the biggest thing, Andy. It's more psychological that you don't understand the problems I got. You don't know the problems I got. You don't know the stupid stuff I do. You don't know the stupid stuff that goes in my head. All you know is what I do. All you do is you see, and that's the other thing I need people what are you doing 24 hours a day? What are you doing when I ain't looking? Because I can't make you. I talked in my book, we just rewrote, we're coming out with a 5th edition of the 8 Steps to Success, and I was rereading it and looking at it. Wow. And in my first story I told her is about how Jane had cancer, and they said a lot of people die because listen to me, they won't follow the prescription. They skip going to chemotherapy. They still drink so much liquor even though they're dying of cancer. They keep smoking. They keep doing the wrong stuff even though somebody says, he got a 95% chance of survival. 95% chance, and people still don't follow the prescribed system. That's the first thing I talk about in my book. I remember going like, if somebody showed me how to get well, I'd dadgum sure do what they said. Yeah. Does that make sense? If somebody showed me, that's why I said the first time somebody showed me when I was 27 years old, I went crazy. I ain't hardly slept since. And you say, is your life that much different? I still eat, I still drink, I still go to the bathroom. I just do it in fabulous locations around the world. And my butt sits in a whole different style of leather than yours does. A whole different kind of chairs, whole kind of atmosphere. Whole kind, like when I walk in here and I'm going, turn the music up, baby. I wanted to rock the house. And here's what I'm asking. Come with us. Yeah. Make decisions now of what you're going to do the next 24 hours. Listen, never tell you 90 days, 30 days. I'm just going to tell you, give me one day. Yeah. Just give me one day and then the next day and then see if you can get consistent with that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Forget 90 days. Just give me one day of everything you got and then see if you can do it the next day. And then if you have to skip a day, skip one, but I'd prefer you do the third day and just stay consistent. Just give me one day. Do like what Paul Roberts did. You had 90-some people showed up at the convention. I mean, not his convention, at his hot spot the other day when Tim Goes showed up. And then 69 people showed up this week in Lampy's meeting in Dallas, Texas. We couldn't get 17 people down there 6 months ago, and now it's just blew up like that. It's doing the same thing. Where the heck else was San Antonio had the same kind of number. Orlando has blown up. There's so many places that people, and all it is one person decides to go one day hard. One day hard and then do it the next day. And I'm one more. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm tempted to say, can I find 3 or 4 today? Well, back the truck up, baby. We start getting 3 or 4 people to make a decision in 1 week that they're going to go all out. Lead team, y'all got to get ready because somebody's going to be calling y'all. Lead purchases, investment, people just doing whatever they got to do to get this thing up and running. Mm-hmm. We're blowing up. I will see y'all. I'll be on the phones with you. The activities on Friday. Get fired up. I got to go. We're out of here. We're out of time. Bye-bye.